Okay, so what I'm going to do right now real quick, got a short video for you, 3 different types of training games I use. I start off easy, I do singles training. This is just to get the arms going, just to warm up the arm, you know, throwing. But even so, I'm concentrating, I'm trying to get it in there, and I'm hitting the thing. So what you can see down here, the name of the app, Darts Corner, Darts Counter. It's made by Target, dart manufacturer. They make the app too. It's free, you don't have to pay for it. You can get it on the Google Play Store. I'm not sure about Apple. Put down in the comments if you can get it or not. I suppose you should be able to. Install it, run it. You can log in if you want, don't have to log in, but to be able to keep track of how you're doing, I do. So I come in, I go do the singles training. I click on new game here, quick new game, singles training, only me, I've logged in, and I type random. Okay, don't want low to high, high to low, I want random, so it's complete different numbers all the time. Start game. So at the bottom, you can see all the numbers that you're going to get, comes up random, the other boxes below them. What you got to do, shoot at the number. 1, 2. So I tell it, I hit 2, and you see below number 4 comes up with number 2. Miss, doesn't count. Okay, for me, neither do the doubles count, neither does the triple count, neither does the small triangle count, because honestly, you're playing a game of 501, you've got 57, you're going for that 17 tops, for example. Nobody goes for that small triangle. You hit the big number. That's what we say, hit or miss the big number. So you go for the big part. You hit the small triangle, in my opinion, doesn't count either. That's a miss. You fluked it. So you go for the numbers. In this case, we have to go for the 6. Shoot 3. So training weight, what I do, I come back. Okay, sometimes I walk back in the dark because I'm training, but it's not. You know, you come around, set up, you get ready. You're not even looking at that board yet. So what I do is, I look at that 6, I set up, straight to that 6. Okay? I have the habit of actually looking at my foot, make sure I'm in the same position. You see some of the professionals do it too, some don't. They come up, you kick it like Rob Croft, don't take the eyes off the board and go straight for it. It's up to you, however you do it. First thing what I do is, I check at that 6. I want to know where it is. Even when I come up to the board, I look at that 6, you know, I'm going to hit that 6. Where's that 6? Mindset, it's there. Mentally, I can remember where it is. When I look at the ball, boom, I go straight to that 6. So look at that 6, aim for it, try and get dead center. Treble doesn't count. So that's only 2. Okay, treble doesn't count, single, this one's also single, so put in 2. Again, boom, you see? So, 3 things a little bit extra difficult. Just that little bit to go up a step. You can make these, you don't have to buy them. Got these little rings, got like a kind of pin on it. You can buy them, you can buy them, they're training rings. This is the biggest one I've got. More or less it's the size of a single number, you know, it's that kind of big. So I put it on the number, just take it in and out, you know. I've got to get to 13, put it in, and I aim at that. Now, every time I'm doing this, I'm trying to get darts in there as many as I can. This gets a little harder. Do it the normal way, you're trying to get as close to that 50 as possible, always above 40 if possible. So you're not just lunging darts and warming up arm, you're also trying to do something. So in this one, take it down a notch, you're trying to get above 35. This actually helps to focus on the center of the number. So we got 2 in and 1 out, and it's in the single too. For me it doesn't count, you know, so I got 2, boom, I just type in 2, and I do that with all the numbers. After that, stepping up a notch, getting a little bit harder, a smaller ring. Okay, now you gotta go for the 10. Filthy bastard, come here. So type it in there, you see it's a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller than this one, you can just see how big this one is. So it's a little bit smaller than the other one, fits inside. Here I'm aiming to get 1, maybe 2 in there. So there we go, we got 1 in. What I'm trying to do is avoid that big red. So we got 1 in. Stepping up the notch now, going Ultimate Pro. I've got 1 here. See if you can actually see it. It's a tiny bit smaller than the bullseye because it actually fits all the way in there. Next number will be the 19. Try and set it as center as possible. See it's in there. See make a shadow come off it. Looks weird because in the camera it's got a shadow. So what I do, try and get 1 in. There we go, boom, dead in. And I type in that 1. And I'm doing this, trying to get as many as I can. Trying to avoid what this will be. Big red, look. Boom. So I'm trying to avoid it. So that's my singles training, that's what I do. Sometimes I use the middle ring, sometimes use the big one, sometimes use none of them, the tiny one. Just go around the board, boom, boom. Warming up this, everything. Get them ready. Just going through the steps of playing darts. So, next, gonna quit that game. I'm gonna show you the next thing I do. When you finish, it comes up. You can follow your averages and your stats. I'll show you that later. Gonna go new game. And now I'm gonna go doubles training. Only me, random doubles, exactly the same as the singles. Want it all random. And start. Okay? Here you can see a checkout rate and a percentage. That's a little bit different to the singles. Here you see, got double 19, exactly the same. Now here I concentrate a lot more on it. Setting up and knowing exactly where that double is, that's what I want. If I come back with 3 darts in hand, I want to know where it is, I want to go straight for it. So in this case, double 19. Again, like I said, look at it, set up, full, aim straight at it. Miss, miss, miss. So, in this one you have to tell it how many darts it takes you to hit that double. So what I've done is I've missed with the 3, right? Typing a 0. Below the 19 you can see 3 and it's white. Now watch. First dart, right? So now I come again and I type in first dart. Green means I've hit it and it took me 4 darts. Checkout rate's 25%. Normal, right? Now go to the 18. Again, set up and go for it. Miss. Miss. Ooh, I thought I was in. Miss. So again, just type in miss. You see on the 18 I got number 3. Miss. And miss. So let's just say you got it in 2, you come up with 3. Do the double 16, you get it in 1, 1. And you can see how the average changes. You get the 4 in 2, you get the 20 in 2, you get the 3 in 11. So as you go finishing that, you go through any darts, you miss 0, you miss 0, you miss 0, you hit on the second 2. And it goes calculating by yourself that average. So personally, what I want to be trying to do is get an average between 30 and 40. If you watch all the professional matches when they're playing, comes up with the average of the doubling, it's always around 30. When it's really good, people start saying, well, I've got 50% on the averages. 50% is amazing. You may be going halfway through the game and have a 50%. But trust me, you're going to get that number, might even be your favourite number, but you miss, and the average come down, come down, come down. Just keep practicing, just keep doing it. It's a mental game. You set up, do the same thing every time, boom, and you go for that double. I always try to get between 30 and 40. Sometimes, yeah, okay, I've got 40, 45, but not many matches. So I try to always stay between 30, 40 average. We'll quit that game, and I'll show you the last one I do. After that, I go to score training. Score training, just me, nothing else to choose. Amount of turns, 10.
Game on.
There you can see it. All you have to do is type in the score you got. So you come, again, set up, go for that treble 20. $41, no? I think it's here, type it in, 41.
41.
And it goes telling you. So, what's the point of this? Personally, I don't use it just for hammering that treble 20. Yeah, I do if I can. My main aim is to hit that 1,000 points. That's 100 points per round. Sometimes you're going to get less, like now, 41. Sometimes you're going to hit that 180. You're not always going to hit 180. So, you're aiming for 1,000. It's quite difficult. I've only done it a few times. But what I'm really aiming for is to practice that cover shot. So you go for that treble 20. Let's just say that's a cover shot. It's covered. It means I can't hit that 20. Have to mentally remember. So practice my goer number, the 19. And still try and get high numbers. Okay? So here we got 76, 100, 36.
13.
Wow, rubbish. So we really got 136.
136.
Okay, so you do this. Do it until you finish. My objective is to try and hit that 1,000 points all the time. So I do the singles, I do the doubles, I do the score training. I do that once a week, maybe, just to keep my arm going. Maybe I'll have a day off. I always have a day off each week. So, you know, having a day off, having a break, coming back after that break, I do a bit of singles, a bit of doubles, and a bit of score training, and then get in and have some matches. You got games in here too, you can go in. You can see there's other things, there's Bob's 27, lots of people like, cricket tactics and stuff like that. I always play a match, you can set it up the way you want. I prefer 301. Now the reason I prefer 301 for just practicing is because I play like 3, maybe 4 legs, just to get the scoring going. But with 301, you hit an average score, 80 something. That helps you to start constantly set up shots, getting a checkout shot. So it's not always calculating what you've hit and what you've got left. You get 214, getting that 60s, 156, 154 left, something like that. So you've got a setup shot. You're trying to get your out shot. You don't want to leave it on 159, you've got no shot. So practicing things like that, you know, that's why I do 301. So that's the one I use, called Dark Counter. No publicity, did not pay me, I don't care, but that's what I use. Sometimes I use other apps, web pages. You see me on the web page, so that's what I play. Have any doubts or whatever, feel free to put it in the comments below. Comment on Twitch, same name, Aces Union, hit me up, ask, no problem. Until then, peace, have some fun guys, catch you later.